Breaking: Roman Reigns just suffered a devastating injury at SummerSlam 2025, and what I discovered about his shocking WWE exit will change everything you thought you knew about the Tribal Chief's future. You're not going to believe what just happened behind the scenes. Let me take you back to July 14th, 2025, the night after WWE Saturday Night's main event. The WWE Universe thought they were witnessing a triumphant return when Roman Reigns' iconic theme hit and he stormed down that ramp to save CM Punk and Jey Uso. But sources close to the situation are now revealing that this heroic return was actually the beginning of the most calculated exit strategy in WWE history. Because what I'm about to expose could destroy everything you believe about WWE's biggest star. Multiple industry insiders confirmed that Roman Reigns' SummerSlam match wasn't just about championship gold, it was about setting up the most brutal injury angle that would write him off television for months. And the reason why will shock you. Here's what we know for sure. Roman Reigns returned on July 14th to massive fanfare, immediately aligning with Jey Uso for a tag team match against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam 2025. The official story is that this was a natural progression after CM Punk's gauntlet match victory. But here's what they're not telling you. According to leaked documents from WWE's creative team, this entire storyline was reverse engineered from a single Hollywood contract. Now, I've been covering WWE for years, and I can tell you that having worked in this industry, what you're seeing publicly is just the tip of the iceberg. Sources close to WWE's executive team, and I'm talking people who've been in those closed-door meetings, have confirmed that Roman's return was never meant to be permanent. And it gets worse. According to industry insiders, the Street Fighter movie deal was signed months before Roman's return. Think about it, doesn't it seem suspicious that filming begins in August 2025, right after SummerSlam? The timeline is too perfect to be coincidental. But wait until you hear this. Paul Heyman's betrayal at WrestleMania 41 wasn't just a storyline twist, it was the first domino in a carefully orchestrated plan to transition Roman out of WWE. Before I continue with this bombshell revelation, I need to know, are you Team Roman, or do you think it's time for new blood? Let me know in the comments because your responses to my last video about WWE's backstage politics were insane, and I'm reading every single one. But here's where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about Bronson Reed, the 36-year-old Australian powerhouse who's been positioned as the perfect weapon to take out Roman. Now, you might be thinking this is just typical WWE booking, but when you add the fact that Reed's Tsunami finisher is one of the most devastating moves in WWE today, suddenly everything clicks into place. Multiple witnesses from backstage at recent Raw tapings confirm that Reed has been specifically training with WWE stunt coordinators to make his Tsunami look even more brutal. Why would they do that unless they were planning something massive? And here's the kicker, Reed's character has been built up as an unstoppable monster specifically to make Roman's eventual defeat look legitimate. Now, this might seem unrelated, but stay with me because when you connect the dots, a disturbing pattern emerges. Seth Rollins' injury at Saturday night's main event, the one that forced WWE to pivot from a Roman vs. Seth singles match to the tag team scenario, wasn't as random as they want you to believe. Industry sources suggest this was a convenient excuse to put Roman in a position where he could take a devastating loss without it affecting his individual credibility. And that's when everything changed. Here's the exclusive information that WWE's publicity team is desperately trying to keep quiet. Roman Reigns' role as Akuma in the Street Fighter movie isn't just a cameo, it's a starring role alongside Jason Momoa, 50 Cent, and even Cody Rhodes. The filming schedule requires him to be in Australia for 4 months, starting immediately after SummerSlam. But here's the part that nobody's talking about. WWE's Netflix deal requires them to maintain star power, but they also need to create new main event talent. Roman taking a career-threatening injury from Bronson Reed accomplishes both goals. It protects Roman's character while elevating Reed to main event status. Let me walk you through exactly what happened behind the scenes, because the order of events tells a very different story than what they want you to believe. First, Roman signs the Street Fighter deal in March 2025. Then, WWE Creative begins planning his exit strategy. Paul Heyman's betrayal gets booked for WrestleMania 41. Seth Rollins conveniently gets injured to change the SummerSlam match structure. And finally, Bronson Reed gets positioned as the monster who will deliver the career-threatening attack. The fallout from SummerSlam 2025 will be immediate and devastating. Picture this. Night 1 at MetLife Stadium, 80,000 fans watching as Bronson Reed delivers not 1, not 2, but 3 tsunamis to Roman Reigns. The crowd is stunned into silence as medical personnel rush to the ring. Roman gets stretchered out, and the next night on Raw, Michael Cole and Corey Graves sell the injury as potentially career-ending. Social media explodes. #IsRomanOK trends worldwide. WWE milks the angle for weeks with cryptic medical updates and exclusive footage of Roman's recovery process, which is actually just B-roll from his Street Fighter training in Australia. This could mean we won't see Roman Reigns until Survivor Series at the earliest, possibly not until WrestleMania 42. If this is true, it would explain why WWE has been so aggressive in building new stars like Braun Breaker and positioning part-timers like John Cena for extended runs. And honestly, I think we're just seeing the beginning of WWE's transition into the Netflix era. Having covered WWE's Hollywood crossovers for years, I can tell you that this Street Fighter role could be Roman's breakout moment. His previous work in Fast and Furious and Elena of Avalor showed glimpses of his potential, but playing Akuma, a character that matches his intense, dominant persona, could launch him into A-list territory. But to make this work, WWE needs fans to miss him, and nothing creates longing like a brutal, shocking exit. So let me break this down for you. Roman Reigns' return was never meant to last. The Street Fighter movie deal was the catalyst for an elaborate exit strategy involving Paul Heyman's betrayal, Seth Rollins' convenient injury, and Bronson Reed's monster push. SummerSlam 2025 won't just be Roman's last match for months, it'll be the most calculated injury angle in WWE history, designed to protect Roman's character while launching both his Hollywood career and Reed's main event status. What do you think really happened here? Am I connecting dots that aren't there, or does this whole situation seem too convenient to be coincidental? Are you excited for Roman's Hollywood venture, or do you want him to stay in WWE full-time? Drop your theories in the comments below because I read every single one. And don't forget to subscribe because tomorrow I'm exposing the real reason why John Cena is defending the Undisputed Championship at SummerSlam instead of Cody Rhodes. And trust me, the backstage politics involved will blow your mind. You're not ready for what I found. And if you want more WWE conspiracy theories, check out this video where I revealed the truth behind CM Punk's return and why Triple H was furious about it.